Why, hello, human beings. How you doing today? Sendo Q here, and thank you for visiting my channel. I did a recording on this video, and I kind of messed up, so I'm doing another recording, doing it in my Razer hoodie. As you can see, I'm a big Razer fan. But let's go ahead and talk about Quantum TV. For someone who say they don't care about people's feelings, they're into their feelings and expect us to care about his feelings. So we're just going to go ahead and get into the video. I do want to say thank you for all the subscribers and support. Really do appreciate it. And I try to comment on people comments, but I'm going to keep it real. I'm usually on my phone, and I know this is not an excuse. I'm on my phone, and when what you call it? When somebody comment and I try to react on my phone, I don't usually check my phone, so I do say some stuff that's bad, and I want to say I apologize. That's no excuse of me not checking my work. So I don't want to say to people out there, I do apologize. But I just didn't want to watch people reaction. I start watching, I was like, oh no, this is a video I recommended and I didn't watch. So let's go ahead and watch the whole thing, and let's see what Quantum TV have to say. And if you're a fan of Quantum TV, if you watch this video, be skeptical about what he's saying to you, and make your own decision and think with your minds. Now we're here at his video, and I want to say, hey, your opinion, whatever, but you're still going to get repercussion about what you're going to say online, because people got the freedom of speech. So you can't get mad at people for speaking their mind and speaking what they have to say, because if you want to use the platform for what you want to say, but you want to get mad at us for what we have to say, then, you know, how's that even fair? But hey, whatever. It's whatever. I really don't care. Let's go ahead, watch this video, and see the epic fail that Quantum TV had posted up.
Reliably every time. Why is it?
I'm going to have to turn it down, and I'm going to rewind that real quick because that was loud. Okay, here we go. I'm using my Krakens, so that's fun.
Reliably every time. Why is it always the guys that are the enthusiastic eaters with self-proclaimed thyroid problems that literally go out of their way to crap talk other people?
Freedom of speech. We could say whatever we want. If you go ahead and spit out some stuff and we think that it is false, we want to go ahead and show evidence of what we find. So the fact that you're getting upset, but yet you want to tell people, hey, I'm not here to coddle you or whatever, we're not here to coddle you either. You telling other cats that, hey, you know what? If you don't like my opinion, I don't give a crap about you. You know, you putting down people, you telling a community to kill yourself. And I'm going to bring that up because we don't believe you that you did not mean that. But anyways, it's the fact that what you're saying to communities, and you got people that want to defend that community, but you want to be like, oh, it's my saying, I get to say whatever I want. No. Have you ever heard of Newton's law? If you apply motion, you're going to get the same and equal motion coming back at you. Well, in this situation, you go ahead and put down communities, and now the community's coming back to defend themselves, and now you're butthurt about the community retaliating. They want to defend their points. They want to defend their community. It's that simple. And in your community, people don't like you. You want nothing but yes men in your comments, in your feeds, and all that stuff. But that's not how the world works. The world don't revolve around you like the world don't revolve around me, Gara, Review Tech USA, oh no, it's Alex, Bertanga, Zombie Fan, SRGI Production, all these other cats. The worlds don't revolve around us. We have to live in society to treat other people like human beings. Unlike you, you don't treat other people like human beings. More on that in the future.
Couldn't tell you, but it seems to be a reoccurring thing in the gaming world. All of the people who lost a genetic lottery coming together to try to trash somebody for their take on a video game.
I remember in a couple videos you was like saying PC play, you're a PC master race or whatever, but yet you show big people, overweight people who is pretty much obese, sitting behind the desk. I'm not trashing Review Tech USA. I will never trash them, but you're trying to show a narrative that's all PC players or all these people are basic drilling that sit at the computer screen in their mom house or whatever. Couple things. You say you're a part of the PC Master Race. So do you live with your mom due to this situation right here? Are you living in the basement? Because I could put that, I could tell you that, hey, you're pretty much insulting yourself. Not my thing, but hey, whatever. And again, you are insulting another community and you don't even realize it. And you want people to treat you with respect. You don't give respect to nobody else. You think you're on this high tier of intelligent, which you're actually not that very intelligent. You're sloppy in your reviews. You don't know what certain parts is in a certain review, aka the RGB strip, the ARGB strip. Your PC look trash. If you want to be elitist, I could be elitist too. Your PC look like trash. All the cables all mess around. And yes, I understand that people is having trouble with their cable management because they put it through a cable to through a graphics card or a CPU. But let me ask you this, Quantum. Have you ever thought about having a sleeve cable? Let me show you how one of those look like. Quantum, do you know what these are? These are what we call sleeve cables. Different brands make these. You got Liam Lee that make them. Acer Horse. I forgot what this brand was from, but you could get braided ones. You could get ones that have a smooth finish that actually keep it shape a little bit better. You know, modding your PC case. I use sleeve cables for my PC case. My sister, I just added green sleeve cables in her case because she got a Nezuko case. Do you know what that means? If you part of the PC Master Race, Quantum, that you can't sit there and spend $25, $30 on a pair of sleeve cables. As you can see, I'm going to put up a video today about my PC, and you can see how clean my PC is. If you was part of the PC Master Race, Quantum, then you'll understand that. Me, if you have a $500 PC, a $800 PC, a $69 PC, nice, you're actually part of the PC Master Race. I don't care if you play nothing but first-person shooters, action games, puzzle games, multiplayer games, esports on the PC. I consider you being part of the PC community. But people like this dude who play casually, who just want to get off of work and play casual, which nothing wrong with, but you just want to basically watch a movie, which is fine too, but you act like an elitist, but you're trash. You spent over $500 on mods. It might be $450, $500 on mods, but yet you can't mod that stuff yourself. I thought you was part of the PC Master Race. Now look, I'm not trying to kick people out of the PC Master Race or whatever. That's not my thing. But if you're going to claim to be part of the PC Master Race, number one, you could get your cables straightened out. Oh, and that bunch of cables in the corner, it looked trash. And what the fuck is this? Is that your PlayStation 5 with AliExpress faceplate that you can get from AliExpress? Why you didn't go to D-Brand and get an all-black one with the airflow in? This shit looked like a toy. Looked like it came from AliExpress. This does not look like a PlayStation 5. The older plate from the PlayStation 5 look better than this. And I hate the PlayStation 5 design. They could have added another fan. They could have did so much, but I hate the design of the PlayStation 5, and the old design looked way better than this.
I mean, the losers in 2022 are too much, but let's talk about it.
You calling people losers, and now you're getting backlash. I wonder fucking why. Well, that's another line, Quantum. Good thing I turned this headphone down because it blew my ears out. What do AV means in the TV realm? Audio and video. You cannot fix your audio for shit. So that's another lie. You don't know nothing about the AV community. You playing other people, but you don't know nothing about AV. Trash.
In my last video about this game, The Dad of War, I was talking about how slow the pacing of the game was. Now, I did also leave like a little caveat where I said like it could get better. I don't know, right?
Yeah, that's like in the middle of the thing and you still think it was trash. Yeah, it could have got better, but whatever. But the thing about it is you don't know how story is run.
Right? Again, very open-ended, I thought, but now you have people like Review Tech USA trying to trash my opinion while candidly playing a video game, as if that's not pathetic behavior enough.
What it is you even claim in the video, in the beginning of the thing, which let's look it out right now. Here we go, everybody. We're in the video where everybody assumed in the beginning of the video.
So here we are with PS5 and the Samsung S95B Quantum.OLED getting ready to play some Dad of War to show you guys what this TV is going to be capable of for you guys. So for all you gamers out there, this one's definitely for you.
In 15 seconds, you already claim you're doing a review on the TV and how God of War is going to look like on this TV. This whole entire video was supposed to be a review on the Samsung S95B, which, I want to keep it real, I saw the whole thing. Where's the review on the Samsung S95B? You're trash. And it seemed to be a review on the opening of God of War, which you named Dad of War. You must be a shitty father because you don't understand how fatherhood works. Kratos is much more of a better father than you. And if you want to get mad at me for saying that, I don't really give a fuck. Because it looked like you're mad about him trying to train his son to hunt. Train his son on how to move on from a life and how to become a better man. This dude is like 13, 14 years old. He's not going to be strong. Because if he was strong, can you beat him in the arm wrestling competition? I think he could beat you because you're too soft. But if he could beat me, if we're both regular humans, no. But this whole entire thing that you did right here was more of a review on God of War. I don't know shit about the Samsung S95B because they didn't tell about the colors, they didn't tell about the black levels, you didn't tell nothing about that. So yes, it seemed like you was doing a review on God of War.
And trying to make it like it's front page news. We're in such a point in society where you can't even play a video game candidly with your audience.
Dude, you put it on the easiest mode and you wasn't playing the game. You even said you rather play it on easy and you bring up the bloom. The bloom effects only work at lower than 30 frames a second because it make the thing look fast. But when your system or your console could go higher than 30 frames a second, bloom is not necessary. But you turn the bloom all the way up. You got the performance on hot. You got it on performance mode, not graphics mode. That's the reason why. Like, here's the thing. if you put it in graphics mode and you turned up the bloom, not bloom, but what was it? Not bloom, but motion blur. Motion blur, it only works for stuff that's 30 frames or lower because it gotta make the game look fast. So if you put it in performance mode and you put it on motion blur, because I heard if you put on performance mode and you put on motion blur, guess what? The game is gonna look like shit. But if you put it on graphics mode and you put on a motion blur, then the game gonna look a little bit better. It's gonna feel a little bit faster. 1 second. Because I heard that the game runs at 30 frames a second on graphics mode. That's when motion blur will help out. But you would not know. But you're supposed to be a PC master race. A PC master race person will figure this out.
Without people trying to cancel you because they just don't like you. Which,
not gonna lie, you done that yourself. You insulted the AV community. You insulted the Elder Ring community. You insulted the PC community. You insulted people who have Steam Decks. And it seemed like you're insulting the PlayStation fanboys with this abomination. And you expect people to be on your side? No, that's not how it works, Quantum. It does not work like that at all.
Which frankly, I don't give a fuck that you don't like me. But the fact that you're creating fake news, literally trying to claim that I reviewed this game, which never took place, and came up with some imaginary verdict, again, which never took place, it speaks everything about the desperation of the individuals that support Review Tech USA, that watch his shit, are trying to go to try to cancel somebody because they don't like him.
Well, the desperation is on you. It looked like you did a review. You didn't you didn't make the claim. It looked like you was reviewing the Samsung TV or the Sony. I don't even remember. I could look it up. I don't feel like it. But you didn't do that. You was talking shit about the game. Meaning, people who want to know about the TV don't know shit about the TV when you say you want the game, you want to review the TV of the, holy shit. Excuse me. Quantum, you was trying to do a review on this exact TV. Why are you not telling about it? If I was mentioning my Razer monitor with a correct camera, not a fucking cell phone, and I did a review on the Razer monitor, that's a different story. Because I'm not talking about the game. My whole focus is on the monitor. While you was supposed to focus on the TV, but you only focus on the game. Because I don't know if the TV is good or not, despite on your somewhat review.
Now let me talk a little bit about this game, okay? If they would have opened like this, the game would have been a solid 10 out of 10.
No, it wouldn't, because it didn't start off with talking about what's the Ragnarok. Okay, what I heard is they're hiding from Ragnarok. That's what I heard. You never live in a snowy country, so you don't know how cold is. You never experienced the cold. And I'm not talking about, 32 degrees, 29 degrees. No, have you ever been under 0 degrees? I have. And fire is going to keep us warm. You never experienced that type of cold. I have. I am from New York. I live like 3 hours away from Canada. My brother, he stayed in Alaska while he was in the army. He said it was cold. So you don't know why, because it was in the snowy area. Hello, warmth, trying to stay warm, waiting for his son to bring home the kill so they can eat. Make it make sense.
Because they have a point in the game when you first open up the game where it talks about give me the recap. If you don't want the recap, they shouldn't be sitting around a campfire on a very slow-paced scene rehashing a lot of the concepts like hunting and him being a dad.
There was hiding from Ragnarok, and plus for people who never played the first game, that's what's called a recap. They wanted to know the story from the first game because people bought this game that never played God of War. They want to know how God of War, what happened throughout the story. That's what a recap is. And they was hiding from Ragnarok.
We already saw all of that in the first game. We don't care about that. We want immediately a continuation, who's coming for you and why. And that's the kind of stuff we needed to see.
No, you want to see that. A lot of people don't. Nobody's like you. Because I'm going to tell you right now, if this was a movie and they started off with the action while explaining anything, a lot of people will give this movie a solid 3. Why you be like, why? There's a lot of action, but we don't know what happened. Jeez, that's simple. You never work in the movie industry, did you? Because you never even wrote a script, okay? You don't know how to entertain people because you're a bad entertainer. How your gaming channel working?
This opening action scene from the get. Not me sitting there for like a minute and 50 seconds while he's just sitting around a campfire eating shit. Like, that is not how you hook people with writing.
Jeez, it sounds like they want to put people feeling like a god could be a human being. Even though I don't think there is a god, but I'm not going to live my life as a god as this. Yes, I'm an atheist. They're trying to make Kratos as human as possible.
And I think, again, creative writing is what's missing from the opening of that story that made it.
It is creative. It is creative. Your creativity is all about violence. Let's see that violence. Now, before we move on to this part, I have to make a disclaimer. I do not support what Quantum TV is saying in this situation. Because this is what Quantum TV like in his games. And I'm going to go ahead and play it. Not my words. Let's Quantum TV say it. I'm going to play a good amount of parts of it. And I'm going to say this. I'm not going to interrupt it. I'm going to move myself off the screen. And I'm going to have you watch it because I am not going to interrupt it at all in this situation, okay? It's going to be a long period of this time. And I'm going to pause my mic and I'm going to take myself off the microphone so you could watch this part that Quantum TV say it. And I do not want to interrupt him because people like to say, oh, you misconstrue what I'm saying. I will let Quantum TV speak.
Our responsibility.
Are you lecturing me?
If we have the power to limit the harm that
Oh,
can cause,
shut up. Can I, like, walk away?
who are we to hide?
Shut up.
Do nothing.
We are not hiding.
Do as I please. Your incessant nagging. Jesus Christ. How annoying.
Gonna make me pick that one up?
Yo, I'm not digging her attitude right now. like, at all.
Good boy.
Bro, she needs a fist to the mouth, like, straight up. Disrespectful ass. That's why you died. Nobody's missing you right now. Just so you know. Like, garbage.
Let me turn this down just a tad bit. Tessie. Okay. Solid pause. I want to say this. There's people out there who get hurt. I'm not saying it's women, it's people. I'm saying people because it could be women and men. People out there don't like this type of abuse. And what Quatu said, this is the reason why we don't really believe him from changing what he is. You know why? He said this to the Elden Ring community. At the end of the day, go kill yourself. He literally said that. I don't have the clip because he deleted off of YouTube. He also texts the LGBT about kissing in church and with the night post shooting on him. On them. Even somebody called him out like, "Hey, I don't accept what they're doing, but I don't wish death on them." And he said, well, they deserve to die. Now, guess what he said? My Twitter got hacked. It's kind of hard to believe when you said this, Quantum. I don't care if it's about the game or not. What you said telling me that you haven't changed from a person way back then. You told, now it's hard to believe that you didn't tell them. You know what? You did tell the LGBT, the two people, to go ahead and be in the post nightclub. You did tell the Elden Ring community to go and at the end of the day go kill yourself. I don't believe you one bit for everything that you say. And you know what? For everything that you're gonna bring up for evidence, for try to prove your claim, bring solid evidence. So Quantum, for what you said, we don't believe you. We'll never believe you because you don't bring any evidence and you're never going to do it. So why would we believe a single word you saying? Honestly, you're a liar.
It's so insufferable for me, and I was bored out of my mind. It really was. And I did indeed have to turn the game off and come back to it like a day or two later because I was bored. And
let me guess, was you bored because, you know, you couldn't insult women? You couldn't insult people about that? Was you bored because of that? I'm going to call it out because that's crazy. What you said right there, was you bored when you said that? I don't think you was. You're sickening.
I think, again, had they opened like this, I'd have been hooked from the get. So that
again, have you ever worked as a movie studio? Just because you're a casual watcher of movies and you watch it on your TV doesn't mean you know how to make a movie. Movie take talent. But you can't take criticism because if you bring a movie to, let's say, Hollywood or in Atlanta, Georgia, where they're doing a whole bunch of movies, New York, and then you're like, yeah, I got this great movie. Let's go ahead and watch it. You bring it to them and they'll be like, okay, how is people going to get hooked? The fights. Okay, how is people going to get hooked? The fights. But how is that getting hooked onto it? We don't know what's the message. What's all of this? What, you going to tell them, oh, you don't know nothing about it? You're not going to get the job.
Concept of, like, you know, me selecting get a story, because I saw people in the comment section complaining, saying, oh, but you said you wanted a story, you got a story, and now you're complaining about it. It's like, no, I got Kratos, okay, enough said there, sitting around a campfire reminiscing about the old days of him and his wife. That's not why you buy an action game like this.
Do you know his wife was killed and he got white skin? The white skin is the ashes of his wife. I don't even play God of War and I know that. Jeez. Let me reset my phone real quick. Yeah, so it's his wife that that's on his body. Who would have knew? If you played the game, I didn't play the game and I knew that.
This, okay? He's like neutered at that point. It's a very watered down version of Kratos, if I do.
Gara say he lost the will of hope. So if hope made him into a savage and he lost the will of hope, he's going to be weaker.
To say so myself. Now, then we get to the point where I saw them complaining about the fact that I didn't like the graphics in performance mode. And they're like, that's a contradiction. No, it's not. Have you ever played Spider-Man Remastered? Spider-Man Miles Morales? Those games take advantage of some level of the PS5's power.
Spider-Man Remaster was made to be PC mindset. Okay? And Miles Morales was a mindset of having a PlayStation 5, but it was also made for PlayStation 4. So technically, Miles Morales was a thought of PlayStation 4. Yeah, it got graphics. That's what's going to be with better hardware. But at the same time, I don't give a fuck about graphics. Let the game be fun. The game looked good. Okay? Sony made a good looking game. Now, is it my type of game? No. I don't care about the story base. I'd rather play like simulations and other games. I really don't care about like a story based game. I still gotta finish Spider-Man, but it's too much story that I just think the game is mid. And honestly, the older Spider-Mans outshine the Spider-Man for the PlayStation, in my opinion. Now, people can have different opinions in mind, and that's 100% fine. Does the game look great? Yes, it does. But just because it look amazing and great doesn't mean that I'm going to like it. Because I'd rather get more playing. Matter of fact, I'm about to skip cutscenes because I just want to get the game over with. But I would not know the story, and I'm not really into watching the story of the Spider-Man, but it's a story. I gotta play it and I gotta watch it. But I play PC Building Simulator. I play a lot of multiplayer games. I play fucking Halo multiplayer mostly. I play Hot Wheels Unleashed. All those don't have like a story, don't have like concentrating on story mode. And if it does, it's this much. I'd rather have gameplay and fun first. But for people that like this type of game, they want a good story. And you know what? 90% of the people that have this game say the story is amazing.
This does not. This is basically a PS4 port, a PS4 Pro port. Let's call it what it is.
It runs on the original PlayStation 4. So technically, it is a PlayStation 4 game too. I think 30 frames a second, that's when motion blur will be key.
Is doing nothing more than what the PS4 Pro could do. And it's embarrassing because this is PlayStation 5. They are charging $69.99 under the guise that they're optimizing the graphics so much and they're doing so much, and we can't even get 4K 60 in performance mode with temporal, injection. It's like you could have used checkerboard rendering or some fucking resolution reconstructive method to get us to the higher resolutions.
First of all, it's AMD hardware side of it. They could activate SAM. I don't think SAM is in the PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series. I got SAM activated in my PC, but I don't think it has SAM. Smart Access Memory. I don't think it have that. I don't think it shouldn't have that because the power supply in the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series is too weak for SAM, in my opinion. But hey, what do I know? I'm just guessing because I own AMD hardware. If you want to see what it is, give me a second. I went to my Leon Lee L Connect 3 system specs, AMD Ryzen 9 5950X GPU, AMD Radeon RX 6950X, Tachi Razer Edition, G-Skill. Got 3 type of storage in my PC. Typical, right? My monitor, Razer, and LG Ultra gear. Excuse me. My Razer monitor is 1440, and my LG is 1080. I really don't care if the monitor match or not, unless Razer want to send me a monitor. Then I'll be happy. So yes, my hardware in my PC is all AMD. So I do have SAM activated. I'm not going through my BIOS because I got to turn this off and I refuse. And I think the power supply in the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series S and X is not going to handle SAM because it take all that CPU and GPU and go to the max without trouble of overclocking. Number two, the hardware in the AMD, in the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X and S is not that impressive. As let's see this. The PlayStation 5 equivalent PC GPU. In terms of performance, the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2070 is the closest GPU equivalent to the PlayStation 5. Although AMD GPU like the Radeon RX 5700 XT more closely resemble the architecture of the PlayStation 5 Oregon GPU, the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2070 more closely matched the PlayStation 5 performance and benchmark. The 2070, not the 2070 Super, not the 2070 Ti, the 2070. But if you want to talk about AMD RX 5700 XT. So technically, the hardware is not that impressive if you compare it to a 2080 Ti. Matter of fact, oh shit! Oh shit! Oh! 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 Oh shit! A 1080 Ti is 11.3 teraflops, more than the PlayStation 5. Ooh! 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 Shit! Yeah, better than GTX 1080 because 8.9 teraflops. But a Ti 11.3? Oof. Shit. The 1080 Ti 2016. Oh man. The 1080 Ti got more teraflops than the PlayStation 5. Wow, and that's 2016. Oof. I know teraflops doesn't mean shit, and we don't care about teraflops, but it's funny how the PlayStation fanboys want to talk about teraflops, but it's not strong. It's not stronger teraflops than a 1080 Ti. That's surprising to me. Holy shit. I see you got Ragnarok right here. Like right here. I see you got Ragnarok right here. And with the horrible PlayStation 5, you just see something that you think look cool and you go off. But honestly, if you want to talk about hardware, do you realize gaming could go downhill if they made games only for a 4090 Ti? A 4090? Then people are gonna have to upgrade every single time, and nobody not gonna have that funds. Even with Miles Morales, in order to get like the top spec ray tracing, you gotta have a system like mine. But for people that just want to play the game, Miles Morales. This game came out on the PlayStation 5. And you say it's made for the PlayStation 5. With 10 point something teraflops or whatever you want to call it, I don't give a fuck. A i3 4160 or AMD equivalent, 8 gigabytes of RAM, NVIDIA GeForce GTX 950 or AMD Radeon 470, DirectX 12, Windows 10, 75 gigs of storage, and it runs 720p. So technically, what are you talking about? This could run on the PlayStation 4. You don't know nothing about hardware.
And they didn't. In place of that, because maybe that's too expensive on the hardware, they could have used anisotropic filtering times 16 to give us sharper textures. They didn't. Instead, when you get close up on things, things look muddy. They look like the low textures that they are, and it's terrible.
But can you play the game? For people that own the PlayStation 4, they can play the game. That's the whole point. But you want better graphics. Graphics doesn't make the game. The enjoyment is the game. You want to play games like it's a movie. Who give a fuck about your feelings?
In performance mode. Now, you can go to graphics mode.
So even what works at 120, dude, I'm not relying on HDMI to do all that shit at the speeds. I'm relying on display cords. If you want to see, let's look at it. Okay, so here's a chart of difference between of HDMI and DisplayPort. So you can see HDMI right here, 1.4 to 2.1 compared to DisplayPorts. And this is where I'm like, okay, it's going to be kind of hard to like really give HDMI a run for money, because you can run higher at things, and this is only up to 120 hertz. Because if we look at the charts for DisplayPort, if I go ahead and look up higher frame rate, DisplayPort is going to be superior. But if you go look at this, if you compare HDMI 2.0 to even DisplayPort 1.3, 1.3 still got a advantage over 2.0. Even though 2.0 could do HDMI at HDR, you still got like 8K at 30 frames a second at least. And even at 1.4 compared to 2.0, you still gonna get HDR, but you run the 8K at 60. If I'm not mistaken, did you say
Things look muddy. They look like the low textures that they are, and it's terrible in performance mode. Now, you can go to graphics mode and things are sharp, which is great, but when you start moving around, 30 FPS, because again, you're not getting 4K 60. It gets to a point where you start realizing.
But at the same time, you gotta know what kind of display are you running. So if it's running at 2.1, you're gonna get at least 8K 60 or 4K 60. But at the same time, 2.0, I still would rather go with 2.1 because you're going to get all of the features for that. But honestly, tell you the truth, DisplayPort to me is more superior than HDMI, because you have certain monitors that's at 1080p, but running at DisplayPort, you could get like up to 300 frames a second. So it depends on the connection that you have, honestly. And they only running like HDMI. I wish that consoles start using display ports, honestly. TVs using display ports, honestly.
They're not utilizing the power of this machine, and they're damn sure not advertising.
Dude, a PS5 have less teraflops than a 1080 Ti. Dude, it's older hardware, dude. You know, it's a 1080 Ti with ray tracing, dude. It's not that much of a power.
Advertising or using what they advertised in the beginning when they were like, oh yeah, the PS5 is super powerful, all that good stuff. So my point is simply,
again, this is where I think smart access memory, or SAM, could be in consideration. I don't know what AMD Smart Shift is. Let's look that up. All right, AMD Smart Shift technology, dynamic shift power between Ryzen processor and Radeon graphics to boost performance for the task at hand. Check out how. Sure. that can't be true. Why am I looking at 6400 Gs, man? That's a laptop processor. Why am I looking at 6400 Gs? What is AMD Smart Shift? Smart performance for amazing device. AMD Smart Shift technology dynamically shift power in your laptop to help boost performance for gaming, video editing, 3D rendering, content creation, and productivity. So no trash to AMD. Excuse me. If they going to put this into the PlayStation 5, that's why I'm like, yo, there's no way that it could run smart access memory, because I feel like the power might be a little bit too less to run AMD smart access smart access memory, because even I got 1,000-watt power supply in my PC, and I'm like, yo, no, that cannot be true. But it's something similar. AMD Smart Shift technology is something similar, but for laptops. Yo, not lying? I want to be real. Yo, the PlayStation 5 might be as powerful as a $1,000 AMD laptop. Oh shit. It might be as powerful as an AMD laptop. Dude, it all makes sense. They had to look for something that's customized. So what I mean by customized is pretty much a laptop processor. It's a laptop CPU and a GPU. A PlayStation 5 can't compete with a PC. It's competing against a laptop. It's literally competing with a laptop. Oh. It's a laptop processor.
Like, oh yeah, the PS5 is super powerful, all that good stuff. So my point is simply this.
It's not as powerful as a console. It's literally a laptop. A PlayStation 5 is literally a laptop. When fans don't need all that cooling. It's a fucking laptop. It's a fucking laptop.
You know, when I say certain things about this game, pointing out weak points in a candid playthrough session, they still stand. It's not a contradiction that somebody wants good graphics on PlayStation 5. That's why.
Dude, a PlayStation is a fucking laptop. It's literally a fucking laptop. You're not getting the power of a PC like a desktop. You're getting a laptop on a TV. It's already struggling.
You bought a PlayStation 5. You want the next generation. Otherwise, you would just play.
Dude, we're in current generation and the PlayStation 5 is a laptop. It's not as strong as a 1080 Ti.
You know, this same exact game on PS4 Pro and be happy with the graphics that it has. But everybody's always trying to upgrade graphics and get something better out of the experience. And to try to sit there and act like that is not the case. Meanwhile, the moment PlayStation gets a hardware advantage or Xbox gets a hardware advantage, everybody's talking about T-flops and power. Let's call it what it is. People are excited for these games to look better than they've ever looked. And again, we want the more immersive stories.
Dude, I remember owning a a laptop that had a 1080 in it, like a 1080 in it. Dude, your PlayStation, the PlayStation 5 is literally a laptop with a 1080 Super or whatever, with a 2070 in it. That's what your laptop is. And it doesn't perform as a 2070. Holy fuck.
We don't want slow, boring, neutered versions of characters. Kratos used to be such a badass on PS2, and now you had to wait just to get dual blades.
You mean the Blaze of Chaos?
It's ridiculous. That's something that should have been unlocked from the jump because you
Sorry.
blades. It's ridiculous. That's something that should have been unlocked from the jump because you unlocked it from the jump in the last game. But again,
not gonna lie, I kind of like the axe a little bit better. I'm not an axe person, but if you think about it, the axe could be used as multiple things in this situation. You got the axe to fight with, you got the axe to chop down trees, the axe come back, so you got multiple uses for the axe. You're just too dumb to think about it.
they didn't open the game like this with some epic cinematic clash. They opened it with some boring tale of dads. So let me just say it like this.
Man, you don't understand. These females love dad bods, like on the real note. In shape, not in shape, man. They like loving dad bods, except for you. And please turn off motion blur when you got it on performance.
I don't care if you don't like my take. I don't care if you don't like me. But don't go sitting there creating fake news to make yourself some money because you have no real content.
Just like when you say the Act Man trying to kill me. That was fake.
And that's really as simple as it gets. I've never given a review on this game. That review is coming after maybe I've beaten this game.
Oh, we already know what you're going to give it. You don't have to do it. We already know what you're going to give it. We already know. And let me tell you something before you move on. Be careful how you give that review. I'm dead serious because you think that we're one of the worst community. You have not met the PlayStation fanboys. I'm dead serious.
But for now, I'm going to enjoy it at my pace. Thanks for watching the #1 brand in honesty. Until the next video, I'll see you guys later.
Yeah. This was kind of cringy. I learned something from doing this research. I did not know PlayStation 5 is pretty much a gaming laptop. I'm dead serious. Did not know that. Did not know that. That's something that kind of threw me in a loop. But hey, what do I know? I mean, I don't know. Quantum, you're just an idiot. But hey, if you like this, thank you for watching. And remember, everybody's human. My name's Seto Q. You have yourself a great day. Peace.